Hey everybody, Candy here. Hey everybody. Hey y'all. Can you guys hear me? Hey Miss Full Roller. Hey Edward Smart. Let me get this off the screen. This is so different, me going live this hour. Hey everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I just finished watching the Salt-N-Pepa Lifetime Biopic. I'm never sure of how you say that. Is it biopic or biopic? I'm trying to adjust the volume, y'all. I'm hoping that you all can hear me okay. All right. Awesome. You're out of the ads. Great. So did you guys get a chance to watch it at all? I know Miss Full Roller, you probably had your game night going, so you probably couldn't watch it. So this is a little different. You all know I'm usually in bed by this hour. Hey, Egan Keeber, how are you? And welcome. Thank you guys so much for popping in. I grew up watching Salt-N-Pepa perform live. Well, I wouldn't say I grew up, but I was like in my early teens, my preteens. Oh, okay. You know what? I heard this lady talking about some app that you could get all the premium channels for free, and I meant to write it down. I'm going to go back to that live stream and get it because she was saying she was going to watch it on that because somebody else had mentioned they didn't have Lifetime. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk about it because, like I said, I grew up during the 80s and 90s hip hop era. So when I saw that Lifetime was going to be doing a special on Salt-N-Pepa, I got excited. I got excited because, like we've talked about many of times before, Salt-N-Pepa influenced so much in the world of fashion, in the world of hip hop, in the world of hair. You know, it was a whole vibe. So I wanted to see. Hi, Golden Star Harvey. Thank you for popping in. Welcome. I wanted to see if the movie, really lived up to the fame that these young ladies represented. And if you guys can see, or I'm sorry, if you guys can hear me with this picture, because I'd like to leave this picture up there just for a little bit. Let me know. I don't know if you guys can still hear me when I put the picture up. Let me know really quick. Let me try it. Okay, so you guys can't hear me when I have the picture up. Is that what it is? That really sucks because I wanted to keep that up. Well, anyway, it's no big deal. So I was hoping that some people here may have had an opportunity to catch it. I wanted to just touch on some of the highlights, some of the pros, some of the cons. – You don't know anything about the group, Edward Smart? Oh my gosh. Well, what's really cool is I am going to do another game night tomorrow, and it is going to be trivia, and it's going to be all about Salt-N-Pepa. Okay, so Salt-N-Pepa was, like I said, heavily popular back in the late 80s to the early 90s. I know I was still in junior high school and high school when they came out. Hey, Jennifer Miller, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. This is just a quick impromptu live. I wanted to come on and talk about the Lifetime Movie Network premiere of the Salt-N-Pepa biopic. It premiered on Lifetime tonight. It was 3 hours long, and it actually just ended at a weird time. I think it went off at 11:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, came on at 8. So, of course, I was trying to watch it because I wanted to kind of come on and give my review and reaction to it. So, in the, what is it? You know how the movies will give their little sub category on what the movie's going to be about? Oh, no. You got plenty of time to do some research, Edward Smart. So the movie, in their little subcategory, it says, it was on Lifetime, Jennifer. It premiered tonight at 8 o'clock. And it's supposed to be a miniseries, like there's supposed to be more than one part. Because you know Salt-N-Pepa spanned, I want to say, at least a good decade. But anyway, the way they categorize it is, yes, they are definitely one of the pioneers in the female hip-hop arena, along with MC Lyte, Roxanne Shante. Just there was a number of them. Hi, Purple Tube. Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate you guys jumping on. It's late, so I'm not going to keep y'all. So listen, this is what they said in the, I don't know what you would call that, you know, where they explain to you real briefly what the movie's going to be about. So it says, I don't really watch it either, Jennifer, but I was Salt-N-Pepa, and those were my girls. Like, I had the asymmetric bob with the shaved in the back, shaved on one side. I used to have the big bamboo earrings, used to wear all the cross-colored, bright-colored clothes, the leather jackets, the little leather tam hats. I mean, like, they was a whole vibe that I grew up on. Okay, they were straight legendary hip-hop. And they were very feminine. Like, they were hardcore, but they were feminine. So before, usually when you would see women in rap, they were kind of hard, like almost manly and masculine. Salt-N-Pepa made it cool to be sexy and sweet and soft and feminine, but still come out with a hardcore edge as far as their lyrics were concerned. Hey, Hilda. Thank you so much for popping in. So we're talking about the Lifetime movie premiere of the Salt-N-Pepa story, the biopic. So they stated, this is what it read in the little subcategory. The journey of Queensboro Community College students Cheryl Salt James and Sandra Peppa Denton as they enter the world of rap and hip hop after recording a song for their friend Herbie. So, hey Zero, welcome in. Thank you so much for popping in. Zero, I know you know all about the Salt-N-Pepa era. Salt-N-Pepa was the business, okay? Yes, Shoop. How about Whatta Man? Their main song that was hot that I remember them busting on the scene with was Push It. Push it real good. So anyways, like I was saying, Salt-N-Pepa, in my opinion, I feel like they ushered in the era of sexual femininity, very soft images in a world of rap and hip hop when it was totally out of the norm to be soft and sexual and sensuous. They came with the hardcore lyrics. They came with the hard lyrics just as hard as the men. But their physical appearance was very soft, very feminine. It was still very much urban and hip hop. Okay, Edward Smart, good. So let me start talking about that. So I don't really know what I was expecting because this is Lifetime Movie Network after all, okay? So I guess I had higher expectations and it was kind of like a 50-50 for me. There were pros and cons, like, okay, first of all, the fashions and the hairstyles, you were crushing hard on Peppa back then. Peppa was my girl. I always liked Peppa a little bit more than Salt, but I don't know. I just identified more with her, I think. Um, but they were both cute. And then their DJ on the ones and twos, Miss Spinderella, she was beautiful as well. She was beautiful as well. Wait, what was my first mistake? Zero. What was my first mistake? I got to hear this one. Because, like, okay, well, no, Roxanne Shante she wasn't masculine at all either. MC Light, I think, was a little kind of on the masculine side, but these ladies, Salt-N-Pepa came out, they put a whole different spin on it. You think Peppa was sexier than Salt? I think Peppa was, like I said, I like Peppa better than Salt too. I think Salt was still cute. It seems like they introduced the urban look for female artists. Yes, exactly, Miss Full Roller. And I felt like even when TLC came out, they kind of mirrored a little bit after Salt-N-Pepa, but there was never ever really anybody else that Expecting Lifetime. Yes. Oh my God, zero. I was unimpressed with the presentation. Now, I will say that they were kind of thorough with covering their story. And the reason why I know a lot of their story, like I loved these girls so much as a teenager, I knew everything about them. I know where they met. I know where they worked at together. I know how they came up with the concept for their group and even forming a group. Like I know their whole backstory. That's how much of a fan I was back in the day. So I was so excited to see, ooh, Lifetime is finally covering Salt-N-Pepa. Like, I'm not understanding why Salt-N-Pepa hadn't been made into a movie way before now. Like, I mean, on the big screen, but it is what it is. So anyway, the fashions and the hairstyles was a definite miss in this Lifetime biopic. Okay, it was a definite miss. And me coming from the field of cosmetology and hair, I'm just like, really? Who did y'all get as the stylist? I'm gonna have to research that. I wish I had more time. But keep in mind, y'all, I'm coming live as soon as it went off. Like, so I didn't have enough time. Zero said, I would have taken Peppa and Spinderella. Now I'll take all three. Ooh, Spinderella was always gorgeous too. And the way she would work them turntables, oh my God, had me thinking I wanted to be a DJ at one point in time. But anyway, I think the stylist was a definite miss because the hairstyles were not on point, y'all. Like, these are simple bobs, asymmetric cuts, finger waves, and things like that, and they looked horrendous. I didn't like that. Now, the actresses that they got to portray them, they were cute, but I kind of feel like they could have got somebody that was a little bit more, could have kind of resembled them a little bit more. Also, the guy who they got to play Treach, I don't know how Treach is going to feel about the production of this movie because they painted him as excessively abusive towards Peppa. I mean, like, he was straight up constantly beating up on her. And I do know that they were together for a long time. You know, Treach of Zero, remind me. OPP. Remember the song OPP? What was the name of that group? You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. I cannot think of the name of their group. But anyway, she was with Treach for a little while. The kind of dark-skinned one with the dreads. And I believe they had 2 children together because the daughter played on Growing Up Hip Hop, which is another show that's out right now. But anyway, they really portrayed him in a very negative, Naughty by Nature. That's the name of the group. Treach was from Naughty by Nature. I don't know why that slipped my mind because they were very popular back then too. But they showed him in such a negative light. Like, and I do know that they had some issues, but I don't think I ever recall hearing about the domestic violence like that. So that was interesting. Also, tonight's biopic showed Salt as, being very insecure. Hey, cool to the fullest. Welcome in. Yes, cool. A C plus. Right. I will have to agree with you on that comment because it was like a hit and miss. I feel like they were very thorough with covering their backstory, but like the fashions could have been a little bit better. The hairdos definitely could have been a bit more point on. And I feel like the actresses could have definitely been a little bit more closer resemblance. Like the hairstyles were horrendous. Pep used to always have the coldest hairdos. And these braided wigs that they were putting on this actress who portrayed her in the movie tonight, it was awful, y'all. And it kind of was distracting for me to really get into the show because the hairdos were so bad. Hi, Lily's Crochet, aka Lisa. Everyone in the chat just stopping by to say hello and thumbs up the live. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Now, what was I saying? Okay, Salt. The girl who played Salt, they made Salt, who was Cheryl James, that's her government. They had made her character like she was very insecure. She had an eating disorder. Like every time they would go through a stressful situation, like whenever they would bomb on their tours or something wouldn't go well with, say they went to the Arsenio Hall show, or yes, the hairdos, right? Edward Smart, please. See, Edward Smart is confirming it because he just said that he went to go look it up. The hairdos were horrendous. And you all know that the styles that we had back in the 80s and the 90s were popping. And those hairstyles that they had in the movie tonight were awful. Like, I'm like, did y'all go to a beauty school and get some students who were like in their first year of cosmetology? Because it was not even cute. And they could have done much better. And y'all know I'm a wiggy. They could have even gotten some wigs that looked a lot better than what they had in this movie. But it is what it is. Maybe they'll hire me the next time. No, I'm just playing. But, okay, Cheryl Salt James, a.k.a. Salt of Salt-N-Pepa. I don't recall, and like I said, I followed this group. I was a fan. Like, I think I even wrote into their fan club back in the day because I remember my mom having their album. They were so popular and I was such a big fan. I knew all the words to all the songs. I knew their backstory. They looked a bit like moms. I knew where they met. I knew how they got their start. I think I've seen every video. I still know all the words to all their songs. So I was expecting much better. But like Zero said, this is Lifetime, so I don't know why I set myself up. But it wasn't a total fail. They did do a good job covering the story. Hi, Living Your Best Life. Thank you so much for popping in. We are discussing, I'm giving my reaction and my review to the Lifetime Movie Network biopic on Salt-N-Pepa tonight. Y'all, it wasn't a total flop. It wasn't a total flop except for, I think, the styles, because Salt-N-Pepa, they were like Miss Full Roller said, they were so cutting edge and visionary back then as far as women in hip hop. Like they could have definitely did better with the fashions and the hair. I was looking forward to seeing the hair. And I don't know. I never knew of Salt having issues like that to where they were showing her constantly like binge eating, scarfing down all kind of food, just ordering up all kind of room service whenever they ran into an issue. Hey, Tina Bibbs TV. Welcome in. Definitely go check it out. I'm going to watch it again too, just to make sure I'm not being totally biased, because I love Salt-N-Pepa. I love Salt-N-Pepa. I am a fan. But I don't think that they were portrayed in a good light. And I do believe that this is going to be a mini series. So since I did come in here to go live before it ended, I'm not for sure. So I will come back and add a correction if I need to. But I believe there's going to be more than one part, which would make sense because their career has spanned over several decades, you know. I remember at one point in time, Spinderella was going through like some financial hardships outside of the group, and they didn't even really touch on that. You wonder if TLC approved the movie. Now, that TLC movie they did on Lifetime was horrible too. I didn't like it. But the guy that they got to play Herbie Love, I don't know if y'all remember Herbie Love. He was like their manager back in the day. He was their friend. He's the guy who actually helped them get their start, pretty much. They all worked together. And I don't want to say where they worked because guess what, y'all? Tomorrow, for my Sunday is Fun Day, trivia night is going to be all things Salt-N-Pepa. So I don't want to give out any answers because I do know that that's one of the questions. But yeah, I don't think this movie was a total, yeah. You said you meant Salt-N-Pepa. You wonder if they approved. I'm wondering if they approved too. And when you hear and read stuff like that, Zero, about how the families, like, remember when they did the story on Aaliyah? And then they came out later and said Aaliyah's family didn't approve. Well, then how are these networks like Lifetime able to even go forward with making the movie if the family doesn't approve? Because I'm going to be real with y'all. Okay, Hilda, thank you so much for coming in. I understand, girl. You know, I know. We got to stay working. No, I can't give you the answer, living your best life. That I can't give the answer, but that is one of the questions. I think it's going to be fun tomorrow. I cannot see for the life of me that Salt-N-Pepa approved of this movie. And you guys, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm being totally negative. I don't want to make it seem like I am taking a crap on Lifetime. I'm not doing that. I love my Lifetime movie network. I love these biopics. It's great when it's somebody that, you know, you follow and you're a fan like I am of Salt-N-Pepa. But I was a bit disappointed. I was expecting to relive my high school years. I was expecting to see a little bit more accuracy. Was they really, Lisa? Oh my God, I'm going to have to go back and pull that episode of Wendy up. Yeah, I am being honest, cool. I got to keep it real. I got to keep it a buck on this one. I wasn't really feeling it. The Jimi Hendrix movie, I don't think I've seen the Jimi Hendrix movie. Now, I know about Jimi Hendrix from Seattle, okay? Dang, okay, so I'm going to definitely have to go back and check the Wendy. I wish I would have known about that. I would have loved to have caught that. Yo, crap. Zero, you'll crap on them if I won't. I know you will, Zero. I know you will. But I'm trying to be fair here. I don't want to just totally take a dump on them because, like I said, they were pretty accurate. They were pretty accurate in providing the details on like how they linked up, how they were friends working, and, you know, they literally were telemarketers. Hi, Debbie's Crafty Plans. Thank you so much for popping in. How are you? We are just talking about the Salt-N-Pepa movie that premiered tonight on Lifetime Movie Network. And, you know, for the most part, most of us grew up to some form or fashion of Salt-N-Pepa. You know, from what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Come on now. We all know some Salt-N-Pepa. What's up, East Media with BG? How you doing? Thank you so much for popping in. I am giving you all my live reaction and review of the Lifetime Movie Network biopic of Salt-N-Pepa tonight. And unfortunately, it didn't quite hit like I thought it was going to hit. It didn't hit right. I mean, they did a good job with covering their backstory, I will say. They did a good job with covering, their tours and kind of like the business side of it, but it was a bit distracting looking at the fashions and the hairdos. And it could be just me because I'm a hair person. So I look at the hair, and being that I grew up in that era, it just wasn't right. You and Lifetime been feuding for years? Yes, zero, because you extra biased with Lifetime. I'm trying to give them a break and let them live a little bit, and you is on their neck. You is on their neck. But I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. I was like thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. I just thought, like I said, I've always been a big fan of Salt-N-Pepa. I grew up on them. As a young lady who loved hip hop, who come from the hood, lived in the urban city, I was expecting much more. I was expecting much more. And being that I was such a huge fan and I know their entire backstory, I know their entire collection of music. I still know all the words to their song. I knew everything about them. So I was expecting to see this, and this. I wasn't expecting to see, like I said, how they portrayed Salt as this meek kind of, they kind of almost showed her as having emotional issues. Like her character in tonight's movie, she battled with emotional issues. Like I said, she had an eating disorder. They had her rushing to the bathroom, vomiting, throwing up after she scarfed down a gang of food. And that was her constant go-to. They also portrayed Peppa as, being kind of loose, in my opinion. Like she was loose. She was always wanting to party, always wanting to get high and drunk and kick it with this man and that man. And me actually growing up to them, I never seen the two of them like that, in that light, if you will. So that brings me back around to the point what you said, Zero. I wonder if Salt-N-Pepa even approved of this movie, because it didn't really paint them in a good light. And like I said, there should be more episodes to come, but tonight's episode, I was not impressed. I was not impressed. Let me see what y'all saying. Zero said, "Oh, I used to listen to Biggie on my Walkman." Come on, Walkman. We all had them. We all had them. Cool said, as soon as I saw Wannabe Martin Lawrence. Wait a minute. Cool. Are you talking about the man who was supposed to be Arsenio Hall? Because I was like, is that supposed to be Arsenio? With the leather jacket? I don't know who did these. I need to find out who the stylist was for this movie, because the styles and the fashions were not on point. Let me put that picture up real quick just for y'all to see how cutting edge these ladies were. These ladies were the business, okay? They made it cool to come through with your cross colors on, your bright colored leather jackets, your leggings, your asymmetric bob. Let me show y'all real quick. Okay, this was Salt-N-Pepa. Okay, so y'all see what I'm talking about? These girls were the epitome of fashion as far as hip hop and rap music back in the late 80s to the early 90s. Every young lady I knew and went to school with, we all wanted to be like Salt-N-Pepa. We wanted to sport their hairdos. We wanted to dress like them. And even though their music was a bit controversial, it wasn't anything like You know how now the young girls have Nicki Minaj and Meg the Stallion, and it's all about telling their whole business about what they do behind closed doors. It wasn't that type of message in their music. Now, they were sexual, but it was still a little bit of mystery behind it. Okay, let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yes, East Media with BG. You hit the nail right on the head. It is a lot to their story. Men, hurt, and pain. I will have to agree with that. I will definitely agree with that because, like I said, following their story, knowing their backstory, it is definitely a lot more to their story. And I totally agree. They definitely have to have more parts. They'll have to have more parts and bring in. Wait, what Miss Fuller say? Hold on. Zero said, it seems like the same type of smear campaign they did to Michael Jackson in the Neverland documentary. I don't think I ever watched that one, but I did see all the backlash they got. Let me see. Oh, let me see what Tori's saying. You clearly didn't read Pep's book or even watch her reality show and follow her over the years, because if you did, you know she was wild and man crazy. Tori, welcome to the live stream. I think this may be your first time here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Now, with regards to your comment, I clearly didn't read her book. You are absolutely correct. But I only started seeing Peps in this light when, what show was that I saw Pep on? Maybe 2 years ago. I think it was Growing Up Hip Hop, because her and Treach's daughter was on that show. And that's when I first started seeing her in a different light, because they kind of made her look a little bit wild and crazy there too. And they kind of spilled a little bit of her storyline into the casting. So I will agree with you. You're absolutely right. Now, as far as when they first came out, I followed them closely. But this biopic tonight definitely did portray her in a very wild light. And I guess I never knew that about her. Now, Cheryl Salt James, I did know that over the years, her and Pep kind of started going their own way. And I think she got more spiritual and started getting more into church and, kind of backed off and kind of split. And that's when they kind of went their separate ways. So I do recall that, but you're absolutely right. And thank you for bringing that point, because you're right. I've never read her book. I didn't even know she wrote a book. So thank you for pointing that out. Let me see. What else? Um, Wait, Zero said, I was like, when did they have curly weave in their hair? I don't think they had curly weave back then. Hey, Taylor's Fire and Smoke Cooking. Thank you so much for popping in. Y'all know this is so different for me. I didn't think this many people would be up. I've never really gone live at this late hour. So I'm completely shocked. I might have to implement and go live at this time more often, because y'all are clearly up and here for it. Uh-oh. Cool. Now you making me feel old talking about that's your mom's favorite group. Wait, Edward Smart says, what do you think about the dance sequences? Edward Smart, the dance sequences in tonight's movie was a disgrace, because for those of us who remember Salt-N-Pepa back in the 80s and 90s, them girls would dance their behinds off. And I mean live. All their videos, they was pumping and bucking. I mean, that's one thing that you remember Salt-N-Pepa for. They was cute. They were sexy. Their fashions were to die for. Their hair would always be on point, and they were going to give you a good live show. Oh my God. The stories are crazy. All right. And hip hop was still primary for us. Yes. Taylor said, I won't be up for long. Got church in the morning. Thank you so much for coming in, Taylor's Fire and Smoke Cooking. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Wait, Tori, dang, you got all the tea. Tori got all the tea. Tori says she was buck wild. Yes, man, you can't imagine the stuff she used to be into. That's one of the reasons they fell off and broke apart, because Cheryl was saved by then. Girl, the stories are crazy. Oh my God. Now, see, tonight in the ending part of the biopic, they did kind of allude to that. Like they showed Salt calling Cheryl or calling Peppa, and the boyfriend was answering the phone, lying to her, saying that she wasn't there. And you could clearly hear it was a party going on in the background. And she was telling her to say, I'm not home. And she could hear her say that. So she left from the studio where they were supposed to be having a business meeting at. And she drove over there, and it was like all these people all over the mansion. They were doing all kind of recreational drugs, partying, and she was in there in a bikini. So yeah, they kind of alluded to that in tonight's episode. And that, like I said, I didn't know that part about Pep. And that was one of the points that I was like, I wonder how accurate this is. Wait, Tina Bibb said, I'm a night owl. So you be up, Tina. Now, I usually be up, you guys. I usually be up like working on editing or recording a video, but I never thought to go live at this hour. Let's see. Wait. Miss Full Roller said, dang, now you make me want to watch it. I'm going to watch it again, Miss Full Roller, because I was trying to take notes as I was watching it. So I couldn't really get too good of a, you know how it is when you're watching it, but you're not really watching it. So I will go back and watch it again. And again, y'all, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I usually do a game night. Tomorrow is going to be all things Salt-N-Pepa. So I might have some additional questions to add now that I'm getting some tea. I'm getting some tea. It's on 6:30 here. Edward, okay. Look, living your best life said, me too, Miss Full Roller. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was good. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to just totally crap on Lifetime. They did their best with trying to, I mean, you know, obviously it's not going to be a dead on or a dead ringer, but like, remember when they did the Michelle A story with Dr. Dre and them? Wait, Taylor is going to go pray tomorrow after Zero. Taylor always gets up and goes to church on Sundays. Why are you going to try to go there with him? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Oh, y'all just chatting amongst yourself. Could not be worse than Girls Gone Wild. No, what was the movie I was about to say? Hey, really, TT? Thank you so much for popping in. What was that? Oh, the Michelle A. and Dr. Dre with Suge. First of all, I never knew that Michelle A. was dating Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. Why I didn't know that? I'm from the West Coast. Okay, I grew up on West Coast rap. So that was shocking. And I think Lifetime did a good job on her story. But like that one on TLC and this one tonight, it wasn't that good. The fashions, it was the fashions for me, y'all. It was the fashions for me. Okay? It was the fashions and the hair for me. But other than that, I think they covered their story as far as how they linked up, how the group got started, how they started to kind of run into financial woes because of the outrageous spending and partying. They did thoroughly and accurately show how Salt kind of started drifting off. Like as she became a mother, she started to want more out of life. She didn't want to just still be going on tour from city to city talking about push it and what a man, what a man. She wanted more. She wanted to settle down. Whereas Pep was like, girl, please, we just getting started. It's time to turn up. So like East Media, what BG said, you know, their story is full of a lot of hurt. And there's a lot more that could be told. And of course, we're not going to get that in a Lifetime movie presentation. But other than that, it was good, y'all. I'm so glad y'all popped in. I was thinking, it's probably nobody going to be in this live. I'm just going to basically get on and, talk to the screen and basically record my reaction and my review of this episode. So thank you guys for showing up. Like I said, this is good. I didn't think that many people would be in here. This is awesome, y'all. So that was pretty much it. I do think there are going to be a few more episodes. And if there are, y'all know I'm going to record. I'm going to review and give my reaction to them. I'm hoping that if they do go with more episodes, that the fashions and the hair kind of progresses as the time progresses. I'm hopeful, because I will have to contact someone about that. Wait, living your best life said it's lit in here. It is lit in here for my little channel, honey. Let me see. Tori, I like you, girl. You giving all the tea. You giving all the tea. You make sure you come on back now. Tori said, Queen, how do you feel about them omitting Sandy's perspective since she left out referencing writing and production? The internet went wild. About 85% on IG posts I read said they refused to watch. Ooh. Wow. I'm going to have to look that up, girl. I'm going to have to look that up, because you know what? Now that you say that, they did kind of allude to that. There was a scene in tonight's episode where they were sitting down with this guy and they were kind of negotiating going on a 2-year tour because they were broke. They had hit rock bottom, and he was pretty much trying to give them a tour that was going to have them performing at clubs, whereas they were used to performing at arenas. And he was like, no, and they were barely going to be making any money. And Peppa was thirsty to do it, but Salt was kind of like, no, why would we settle for this? And Peppa was like, because we got bills. So that is interesting. So I didn't even realize that there's been talk about this on IG. I literally just found out that this was even coming on Lifetime. I want to say maybe on Wednesday. I happened to hear it on the Ricky Smiley morning show. I was driving to work, listening to my Ricky Smiley in the morning, and they were talking about the Salt-N-Pepa movie coming on Lifetime, and I'm like, what? And like I said, I'm a big Salt-N-Pepa fan, so I knew I wanted to record it and watch it and give my review. Right now, reaction videos are like all the craze on YouTube, and I'm always a little bit leery about doing a reaction video with the actual caption of the movie up on the screen, because I tried that one time before here on YouTube and I got a big old copyright claim. So I was like, I ain't finna put none of their images up on the screen, but I am going to definitely come through and talk about it and recap it, because I like to do that anyway. So thank you for the tea, Tori. I don't want to mess up the second part of your name. I think it's queuing, but I don't want to tear it up. So I'm going to just say Tori. Zero said, keeping my foot planted on Lifetime's neck. Yes, he is. We already know Zero ain't giving him no room to breathe. Okay. Miss Full Roller said, did they start from the beginning or was it varied? They did start from the beginning, Miss Full Roller, and that's what I enjoyed. As the show started, they started off showing them working at their place of employment, how they met, and all that good stuff. And I knew that to be factual because I followed these ladies from that time when they first came on the scene. And I knew that to be factual because I was a fan and I followed them back then. So yes, they did start from there. Yes, they did. Thank you, Miss Full Roller, for reminding the people. If you all have not done so, please don't forget to blow dry on that like button before you exit out. And if you guys like trivia, definitely make sure you're in the building tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be having trivia, and it is going to be all about Salt-N-Pepa. Of course, because I was so excited about this movie, I was like, oh, we gonna do trivia. We gonna do trivia about Salt-N-Pepa. And usually I try to do theme trivia, like sometimes I'll do it Martin Lawrence, or I might do Family Feud, or I kind of try to break it up. So I thought it'd only be fitting since the movie came out tonight. Although, y'all can tell I'm not too impressed with tonight's production. But overall, I guess it was good. It was good. It did touch on facts. The only thing I'm wondering, and I'm curious to see, I'm pretty sure, I don't know what Treach from Naughty by Nature is up to these days. I used to be a big fan of his too. Look, not necessarily the group Naughty by Nature, but definitely Treach. They portrayed him in a very negative light, and I don't know that that is real. If it is, somebody let me know in the chat. But they made him out to be, an angry black man. You know, one who partook in domestic violence. And I don't know if that's true for him and Pep. You know, they kind of alluded to the fact that there were problems when I saw Pep on Growing Up Hip Hop with her daughter. That was kind of like part of her storyline, but they were very generic with it. You know, they let us know that they had problems. They weren't always on the best of terms, but I had never heard anything about the DV. But in tonight's episode, he was putting hands. He was putting hands on her, and as fine as he might be, it is never cool, and it's never a good look to be a woman beater. So I don't know. We might hear some backlash come out about that, because I can't see him agreeing to being portrayed in that light. I can't see it. And they didn't really focus much on Spinderella. They didn't focus much on Spinderella, and Spinderella was a very instrumental member of Salt-N-Pepa. Like, I mean, without her on the ones and twos, we wouldn't really have Salt-N-Pepa. I mean, they couldn't just very well go out there and dance to nothing. So I really do hope that we see a few more episodes. Taylor said, I remember hearing that back in the day that he was abusive. Okay. I don't know how I missed that, but that is surely how they portrayed him tonight. Let's see. Really TT said, oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Really TT, I skipped over your comment. Hold up. And then I got to see what Tori got to say, because Tori got all the tea. Really TT said, well, on Growing Up Hip Hop, they seem kind of like besties now. That's what I saw. Really TT? Now, Tori said, oops, forgive me. I meant to write Dee Dee. I should have just put Spin. Right. I meant to ask about them leaving her out of the entire movie making. As per Treach, per Pep's book, he was abusive. Okay. Girl, now you got me wanting to go get this book. Do we need to do a book review on Peppa's book? Would y'all be down for that? Because now you really got me curious, and I think I got some credits on Amazon to get me an ebook. I was really thinking about that, y'all. Let's see. Ooh. Now you done piqued my interest. Really TT said they had issues back then, but I guess they're good now. Okay. And that's very plausible. I hope that he's not doing that these days, and I hope he has grown. Let me see what Zero said. Zero said, whether it's true or not, people are going to look at him as a woman beater. Yep, you're absolutely correct about that, Zero, because that's how they portrayed him in that movie tonight. And it did make me kind of look at him differently. Hi, Naturally K. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Tori said she details how controlling he was. Ooh, blacking her eyes and beating her up in public. Her family and friends were seriously afraid for her. Oh my God. that is kind of what they showed. Come through with the book club. Really, TT, for real. For real. I have been trying to think about how to do that. I've been researching it, and I was thinking about a book that would kind of catch everybody's interest. And it sounds like Tori just put us up on game, girl. Put us up on game. I am loving it. She said, yes, ma'am, it tells all. I will read it. Right? Living your best life? Oh my God. Miss Florella said, might as well, Pappy. Come through with the book club. For real, for real. Wait a minute. Taylor, what you know about that Mac 10? Taylor, you from the West Coast? You from the West Coast. Taylor said, I remember back in the day that Mac 10 used to be abused to T-balls as well. Now, I do remember that. We have to remember that just because people are famous, that doesn't omit them from having real life issues. Facts upon facts, okay? You right about that, Taylor. You right about that. So true. And I think we do tend to kind of see people differently when they are celebrities. Taylor said, no, I just used to listen to a bunch of rap. Okay, like me. Yes. Oh my God, you guys, this has been such a good conversation. This has been such a good conversation. We have to do the late night chit chats more often, right? We have to do the late night chit chats more often. Oh my goodness, y'all. 0 for life. Uh-oh. Let me think now. This has been fun, right? Living your best life. 0 spitting that Mac 10. You know I know. Spitting that Mac 10. I haven't heard from him in a long time. It seems like even out of that era of people, Ice Cube is kind of like one of the only real ones from back then in that era doing well. I don't know. Now. Don't quote me. Mac 10 might really still be doing good, but thank you so much, Tori. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to you because we right here. We see an eye to eye. We right here. Thank you so much, Edward Smart. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. I really did. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to be many people in here, so I'm grateful for that. This is something that I'm obviously very passionate about. Like I said, I was born in the 70s. So the 80s and the 90s, I was a kid coming up. It was all about the hip hop era and the rap music and the culture and the fashion. And those were the good old days. I tell my kids all the time, y'all don't know nothing about no music. I don't know this crap y'all call rap. It ain't rap. Hey, it's all hot air. Thank you so much for popping in. It's just a different era, right? Like we had good music. Dr. Dre, yeah, you're right about that, Taylor. Dr. Dre is doing good, except for he did just recently have the health scare. Yes, we want more tea on artists, right? Okay. Exactly. That would be nice. So yeah, y'all, tomorrow I'm going to do trivia night. It's going to be all about Salt-N-Pepa, since it was all about Salt-N-Pepa's movie tonight. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I usually do it for about an hour. And it's usually always fun. I try to make it enjoyable. And, usually it's like if the person wins is a content creator, I will share you out on my multiple social media sites. If you are just a supporter and you don't do social media, then I usually do a small Cash App. So it's always a fun time. It allows me to kind of come through and give you my perspective on whatever the subject is we rocking with. And I hope it's fun and enjoyable for you all that come and partake. So yes, it's all hot air. Did you have your birthday live already? Because I feel like I saw a post from Real Mama's Real Problems, and I wanted to pop in and wish you happy birthday. I hope I didn't miss that. I hope I didn't miss it. Other than that, I'm going to get ready to bring it to a close, y'all. Look, I'm going to put the picture back up. Oh, it's Thursday the 28th. Okay, cool. Cool. I know that's going to be a turn up. Thank you so much. Cool to the Foolers. Rap stories told. Yes. So this has been an awesome conversation. You might go live in a minute. Okay, Zero. Well, let us know. Latifah Berry, where can you watch this free online? Latifah Berry, Edward Smart, are you still in here, Edward Smart? I'm getting all tongue tied, y'all. Forgive me. I'm sitting here sipping on a little bit of wine. That's why I'm joking. I'm gonna try to get that answer for you, Latifah Berry, because Edward Smart, I believe, just found it on an app. There are a couple of apps where you can watch it for free online, Latifah Berry. So if Edward is still in the building, I know he just put it in. Let me see if we can scroll back up to see his earlier comment. There was a girl, I forget what she said. It was US something. It might be too far up for me to get it. Let's see. Oh, Edward Smart. Yes. Latifah Berry is trying to find out where she can watch it for free online. The Salt-N-Pepa movie. And I know you had mentioned it earlier up in the stream. Because it did appear on Lifetime tonight. I believe the replay is playing now if you have cable. But if you don't have cable, or if you just don't have Lifetime, I know that I heard it on another chat where people were able to go and watch it online. So give him just a moment, Latifah Berry, and I'm sure he'll post it in there. And thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Zero, we gonna act like you didn't even hear that comment, okay? Y'all, that's why I'm behind the black screen. I ain't crazy enough to get on camera and make a fool out of myself now. Exactly, really, TT. Don't nobody, I can't stand watching a movie in snippets and then they got 1,000 commercials on there. Okay, Edward says, I found it on cable Lifetime movie. Okay. You definitely heard it. Dang, okay, so he found it on Lifetime. I am so sorry, Latifah Berry. When I get off of here, I will try and look it up, see if I can find it, and then I'll post it on my community tab. I'll do that because I do know that not everybody has cable and not everybody has Lifetime. Because I think, a lot of people don't pay for cable anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting tired of paying for it. So, yeah. Yes, Miss Fool Roller. Channel 98. Okay. Yeah, I watched it on LMN too. So this was definitely a fun conversation. Tori got me about to look up Pep's book. And yeah, we might be coming on and doing a book review on that and getting to the scoop. It's going to be interesting too to see if Treach comes through and gives them the smoke on the way he was portrayed in tonight's episode, because it was not a good look. It was not a good look. Like I said, they made him out as very abusive. And, like some of you all say, that there was some truth to that. So he may not say anything. He may not say anything. He may sit this one out. And Zero said this is how bad the Lifetime movies that they are desperate to have everyone watch it. Yeah. Lifetime is usually hit or miss though. Sometimes their biopics are good and then sometimes they're just a total flop. Sometimes they're a total flop. So, y'all, I want to thank you guys since we are approaching the 1 hour mark. I think I gave you my full, unbiased, organic reaction and perspective to the movie. Like I said, overall, I don't totally crap on Lifetime. It's going to be kind of cheesy when they're portraying their version of it. I do think they did a good job with covering most of the important details leading up to how the group Salt-N-Pepa came to be, what it was they did, and their impact that they had on the culture. But like I said, them styles and them fashions and definitely them hairdos was a total flop. But overall, if you could look past those minor things, I think it was good. It was good. And I do believe they said that it is going to be a mini series. So there are going to be more parts. It looks like I'll do some research on that. Definitely see if I can find it on a few free websites or apps here online. I will post that on to my community tab for those who don't have the now Zero. You know how Lifetime have them weekends when it's raining hard outside. You can turn on Lifetime at any given moment and find you a good movie, especially if you're into drama. Now, I can't really think of the names, but they be some good movies. Now, with regards to these biopics, not so much. Not so much. Not so much. But yeah, I'm going to try and get that information out since I do see that there is an interest. Obviously, I can't play it here on the live stream because I ain't trying to get no copyright strike. I have learned my lesson from doing that. And I will definitely get that information out to you all. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I hope to see you guys again soon. And again, don't forget to blow dry on that like button. If you did not do that on your way in, I'm going to go ahead and get that Salt-N-Pepa pick up. And I'm going to take us right on up out of here, y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay encouraged, okay? Hold on. Thank you all so much for coming through and kicking it with your girl. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself. And if you have not already, don't forget to blow dry on my like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? It is free 99 after all. Make sure you double tap on that notification bell so that you are notified each and every time I go live over here and when new content is added to the channel. Until next time, stay safe, everybody. Stay encouraged. And I will see you all in the next one.